And we are back, Maddie. Week 2. You got a little taste of AB last week. Things didn't really go well outside of Bijan, I think.
No, weird
In the
week.
winding up, it was kind of rough sledding.
Yeah, it was a weird week. A lot of I don't think anybody predicted that Jets. You and I were talking about this. You'll see on Twitter after the weekend. It's like I knew that Jets Bills game was going to shoot out. Like that's the best Justin
No
Fields
one
has
did.
played in like 4 years
Yeah,
against a defense we thought was going to be awesome. With a
right. We thought
quarterback
all
on the other
defenses
side
had
plays
legit.
slow.
Yeah, I mean, I watched all of this week with like a grain of salt, right? Like, how much of this is jitters? Like you saw every quarterback, literally, it seemed like from 1 to 7 p.m. was sailing passes. Knicks threw the 2 picks, could have been like 4, it felt like. And yeah, it was just ugly in a lot of spots. But the thing that I was shocked by, there were a couple things. One, I watched these 2 teams. It was the Giants and the Dolphins. I was like, just give up. Just give up now. Whatever's going on, they need to like cut bait on what they have going on this season. Like Dayball gets all the respect in the world, and they're like, oh no, we'll give him another shot. We'll give him another shot. He did this with Josh Allen. Like I didn't see a team that was inspired at all. And maybe that's Russ on the Giants front.
I think he's officially cooked. And so I haven't looked into this week, but there was like, it's rare right out of the gate on like Monday. They were like, they're probably going to sit Russ. Like the coach wants to put Jackson Dart in. And like, you never see that, but I haven't followed up on it. Like, are they actually doing it or no?
No, they had the conversation, and then I was listening to Nate Tice and Mina Kimes like preview the week, and naturally you want to do it like the ideal time to start your rookie quarterback is after a bye week and there's
Yep.
a home game, right?
Yep.
And like that's a soft landing spot. So that happens for the Giants like week 8, but week 9 is like after their bye, they go at Denver. Which they don't, not a great place to start them. So there was a Thursday thing, and I think it was like week 5 or 6. So
Okay.
like the mini bye, but yeah, I mean there, and then the Dolphins just like they look completely checked out. They looked how I thought they would look in December. Just disinterested in being in Indianapolis. Like I wonder if they got the what's that place where they get the shrimp cocktail?
Oh, St. Elmo's?
St. Elmo's.
Yeah. By the way, how much is that shrimp cocktail?
I don't know. And what is going on with the shrimp that they're like, you have to go for the shrimp cocktail? I've had great shrimp cocktail, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's not a thing. It's not
going
a
to Indy to
destination.
get some
It's not a
shrimp.
destination. $20 for 4 jumbo shrimp. It's like, it's whatever, right? We're not talking crab, first off. So
No.
And shrimp can't get much better. Shrimp is just shrimp.
Yes.
You know what? This is going to be my gripe of the week now. I think I just backed into it. I didn't even have
got
one prepared.
a lot of love for your frustration and your.
I'm very angry. I've got a lot of rage, Gib. And shrimp is not. You don't elevate shrimp. Shrimp is the most boring thing. It's like the chicken breast of the sea.
Yeah.
I'm not paying a premium for shrimp. The cocktail sauce, everything in a shrimp and cocktail sauce combo is going to taste pretty much the exact same, no matter where and when.
Right. As long as it's not like rubbery, as long as the preparation is on. Yeah, you're not
outrageous. $5 for a shrimp, ridiculous.
So week 1, we finished out of the money.
Barely.
It just didn't work out for us. So I feel like this is bounce back week for a lot of people, and we kind of framed that with the roster build, starting in Philadelphia. I mean, obviously they won to open the season, but a little bit of disappointment for AJ Brown fantasy owners and season long. We feel like at the Chiefs, is this more of a statement about the Chiefs defense and the secondary, or, I mean, we all know AJ Brown's ridiculously talented at 7,500.
Yeah, it's a combination of things, right? Like it's unlikely he's going to put up 2 stinkers in a row, especially because he's one of those guys where like they're going to feed him after he's had a down week. Like Hurts will make it a point to do that.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this before. The Vegas is down on the Chiefs defense. That defense is not great. I don't know what, like other than Chris Jones disrupting the middle, like what else on that defense really, really scares you?
There are guys that would like excel in their role, right? Like the Karlaftis of the world and the Tranquils, right? Who
We're
are
not game planning around those guys.
Yeah, exactly. They're fine.
So,
they're great in, when you have like the Charvarius Ward, not Ward, but like L'Jarius Sneed and, some of the other guys that
Yeah.
They've gone. So yeah, I think it's a lot of that.
I mean, they're
And
projected for 24 points, and they last year, I know it's different. Again, qualifier on all this stuff. We don't have enough data yet to really like lean into that. We're just kind of going blind. I think it takes a good 4 weeks,
I'm
like
with
we
you.
always say. But last year they ran 64 plays per game, which was basically fourth highest in the league. Nothing's really drastically changed about the team. I think that's a statement game. They want to win because it's the Chiefs. And like, I think they look at it like anytime you can get another loss on their record, it dampens their hopes of getting home field, which gives them a massive advantage. And they want to see them in the playoffs again because the Chiefs are that team that won't wow you in the regular season and they always figure it out. That's
Right.
what the Pats did for years when they had bad
Yes.
supporting casts.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're so, and I think I've come to grips why that's why like people hate the Chiefs right now and why
Yes,
they hated the Pats then, because you
because it's
felt
like a
like you
sneak
had them
attack.
on the ropes.
Yeah.
It's just that frustrating end boss that like
Yeah.
doesn't
It's the
let you buck
quarterback.
you.
You're never dead. He's never dead because he's really good and he gets
Right.
every call.
Yeah.
So it's the same blueprint. So I don't know. Like, listen, to win these tournaments, you got to find guys that people are down on, and everybody tends to overreact to bad weeks and overreact to really good weeks right out of the gate.
I
Like, that's just the
completely agree.
nature of the game. So let's pivot to a guy who's probably too expensive for anybody to really be messing with. That is due for a big bounce back in a game that, if that game's a shootout, are you shocked in any capacity?
No, no, and
None.
it's always the 4:30 afternoon games, right? Like
Yep.
the Nance
It's the witching
Romo
hour.
game
Yeah.
where
Is that a
Nance
Nets game? Is Jimmy on it?
I would imagine,
Good. I get to hear Romo.
or maybe it's a Fox team, but
Let me confirm that for us.
yeah, and also I think this is going to be more of a competitive game than we saw like 3 weeks ago in terms of NFL scheduling and Super Bowl. In terms of like the Chiefs being able to move the ball at home, like having the comforts of home field. I know there are issues with their receivers, but I I don't feel like this is going to be the type of game Philly's going to be able to just grind out running the ball. Maybe they are. Maybe their offensive line and obviously
I
Saquon's
don't think
good.
that's how you beat the Chiefs. I don't think that's the way to beat them.
Right,
Doesn't mean Barkley won't be hyper involved as he always is, but I don't think you're beating them just running the ball right at them.
right.
Are you? So I assume you knew this. Maybe I'm breaking news for you.
Oh,
I know where James Nance is going to be on Sunday. Do you not know?
is he in Denver
He's going to be in Indianapolis
or Indy rather?
talking about your boys. So it's going to be a
Oh,
big Sunday for you. You make sure you get on the couch for 4 o'clock. Let's clear your schedule for the afternoon and
I
make sure
will
you
be.
get some time.
No texts from 4 to 7 p.m.
All right, that's fair. I won't text. It'll just be rage text about anything other than the Broncos. But yeah,
Well,
he's
that's the thing. The temperature changes depending on like the 1 o'clock games and how
yes,
things are going for you.
yeah.
So
Oh, the worst is when you're up early in whatever it is, fantasy,
yes,
DraftKings, whatever, and then it slips away slowly, and you keep checking the score, and you're like, "How are these guys not still scoring? They're supposed to keep going. How does anybody win this damn thing?
it's insane.
It's rigged. It's
And
all
we've had weeks where we felt better than others, and obviously, like the weeks where we're like, I don't really like this, it ends up popping.
Yep, yep,
Um,
yep.
yeah, and to like go on with that theme too, some of the other guys bounce back. Like CD Lamb put up numbers last week, but obviously, like the game flow at the end of the game struggled reeling in the ball. And you said backstage, right? Like nothing's changed here. This is CD Lamb. This offense looks kind of exactly like I envisioned it. Like this is a legit top 10 offense, and they're going to be throwing the ball a ton. I mean, get excited about Javonte Williams a little bit. I wouldn't be overwhelmed. I think like he's
I think
going
he'll
to get
keep falling
touches.
into the end zone.
Yeah, he's fine. But he's not like back to pre-injury Javonte Williams. So they're going to be throwing the ball 60
Yeah,
times a game.
they finally have a proper complement on the other side of Lamb that is
Perfect X.
a perfect X. He's like prime Cooks in that he actually does open up the defense a little bit, but you have to legitimately worry about him. It's not like in theory, like a Josh Palmer or whoever.
Right.
It's like in theory, he's going to run go routes and your guys are going to be, but he's not stressing a defense. Pickens can kind of do more than that. So he stresses the defense.
Well, he runs off everything's off that vertical
Yeah.
route, right?
Yeah.
Like all the hooks and
And
comeback.
Dak, without the drops last week, Dak, there's this whole concept, I think we've talked about it before, of expected fantasy points. Like
Yeah.
the drops were bad drops. They should have been catches. If you factor them in as catches, what would the score have looked like? And Dak would have been the number one QB on the week last week. Like he had a great game.
Yeah.
Everybody just hates the dialogue around Dak. They think he stinks.
And I don't get it. Since he's come to the league, he hasn't done anything wrong. He's been like
Nothing.
he's basically, yeah. I mean, I used to defend Russ in terms of
Well,
like,
that's the same. I was just thinking it. It's the same. It's the same. What did Russ ever do to anybody?
yeah, I get Russ is cringier, but
Who cares? That's not a
yeah,
prerequisite.
exactly.
Like, so's Mahomes.
Yes, all of them are like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude,
We talked about the QB hang chart. Like, all of them potentially are really bad
it's a
hangs.
short group. I think it's like 5 guys I want to spend any
Yeah,
time with. And that's just to maybe get on a PJ and spend their cash.
right.
Yeah. No, so that offense is going to rip all year long. If those 3 guys continue to be healthy, the offensive line is they
They're
upgraded it.
good.
They upgraded it. Booker
Yeah.
can play. Like they upgrade. They went and spent a high pick on a left tackle, right tackle, guard. Like they can. That team is going to score 1 billion points because that defense is actually not very good at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, whatever Jerry Jones was doing, like maybe he had stock in a big ticket fantasy league or
He's acting.
something.
He's an
But
actor
yeah,
now. Yeah. No, so that's an easy play. We love
yeah,
him. We have
and so
we have other risks that we took along the way to
we did.
offset some of this chalk.
Yeah, so let's go to quarterback, Mac Jones.
McCorkle.
Yeah, he's just cheap. He's 6,000, so it's a cheap risk, and it allows us to expand the lineup a little bit. He's got New Orleans,
We should
and
do a better job. I will. Maybe I can remember to do this of tracking whether or not these actually pay off. Like if he gets us 10 points,
yeah,
it's probably a loss.
right.
We need him to get us like 15,
We
16,
need 15.
17. Yeah. But I mean, it's going to
2
require New
touchdowns
Orleans.
does it, right? Like, so we've got McCaffrey, so kind of balances that a little bit if they do just completely abandon the pass and go run. But I mean, Mac Jones is a professional quarterback. Like, he's probably
Yeah, the thesis for this pick is that we were talking earlier. It's unlikely they're going to give McCaffrey 30 carries and run him into
right.
the ground. And so I know they have, but here's the one wrinkle that I just thought of now is they could just give him a certain amount and then give all the rest to Brian Robinson.
They could. I mean, there's potential this is a Brian Robinson game.
Yeah.
But
So we need the Saints to be like mildly competitive, like move the ball, stay within 10. The magic number is 14. When the team gets out of range of like 2 scores, it's a
yeah,
wrap.
yeah. And I mean, the thing is, McCaffrey can explode early too. Like, an AB would say this. How many times have you seen that first quarter? Like, McCaffrey has 2 touchdowns and then he doesn't score another point.
He
Or
was first.
scores.
He was first for running backs last week in expected points that he didn't get.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
we should
so
just
it's
build a
right
lineup
there.
with only those guys who should have had. Nah, it's not a good strategy. Never mind. No good.
So then we've got Jahmyr Gibbs, the other running back, and I mean, so I was dead wrong about the Packers this year. I just didn't feel it, and I thought like, okay, maybe it puts them up a level below the Lions in the NFC North, but I think they're legit. I think that run defense was, that looks like a top 5 run defense. It looks like potentially like another top 10 offense. Maybe not in terms of fantasy purposes, but just efficiency rates, and they can do everything. So it's a really balanced team.
Same
And
team. It's the
yeah,
same.
and I like Chicago too. On I think that whole North like is really solid, but I just feel like it's a bounce back game for Gibbs. I don't think the offensive line is going to be as bad as it was. I know they had some replacements on the interior, but I just see this as 8,300 for a guy that I think is the top 3 running back.
Well, he falls into that bucket too. We talked about of guys who underperformed that everybody's just like, nah, I'll do it somewhere else. Like I'm not going to spend up for a guy who everybody loves to hyper react. Now the Lions stink and they're not going to win any games. Give me a break. What's changed? They lost a coach. Who cares?
Yes.
Who cares?
Yeah, and even if they lost 2 coaches, like the other guys on the sidelines now, like we're in all of those rooms.
It's exactly. It's more a question of the O-line isn't actually up.
Yeah, that's my concern.
No, but like they're not going to crater, but maybe they're only going to score, they'll score like 4 less points a game than they did last year. Like it's still a great offense.
Right. Completely agree. And also, yeah, I mean, Green Bay just stopped the run early, figured out, and Goff hates being in 3rd and longs. And so like, that's what the Lions do is they get to 2nd and short.
You get ahead of the chains.
3rd and short. Yeah.
Actually, we can't even use ahead of the chains anymore.
No.
Ahead of the laser.
Ahead of Sean Payton's challenge flags. Like, Jesus.
He loves that flag.
Like,
do you think he thinks he has multiple a game that he could just burn, like 4 or 5?
Yeah. So I don't know what it is with him. Like I trust, I trust the direction.
You take the good and the bad. He's a great coach. You take
I
the good.
know, but my God, sometimes he's like he has to prove to everyone he's the smartest person in the room.
It's the Parcells stuff,
It
man.
is.
It's
I
the
mean,
same.
yeah.
It's like those guys are all wired the same because he was their guy, and like they
Yeah.
all have this moxie and ego about him, and they can't help it.
Oh my God. But yeah, so and then what do we have? We've got Harold Fannin Jr. at
Yep.
tight end.
Yep.
This is an exciting one. You talked about it before, like maybe someone lucked into it last week with him. He just had the volume. We loved him like back in December,
Absolutely.
January.
Yeah. I mean, I I watched him play a bunch of games just inherently at Bowling Green, and he blew out every record that existed. And so, you look at it, it's the MAC. You're like, well, is he just playing against like wildly inferior competition? And just so that one guy who decided I'm going to stay here. And just
Yeah, the
play with
big kid
people.
playing the middle school kids.
But then you look at his usage week one, and they're moving up. They're using him like Tyler Warren.
Yes.
They're moving him all over the field. They're giving him routes out of the backfield. They're throwing screens to him. Like they got him doing stuff. And Flacco is known as a guy who likes to get the ball out quick. And if he's got a lot of targets around the line of scrimmage, he actually has the talent to bust one and go. And
Right.
I think you and I have decided that game might end up being a sneaky. That's like we're pinning that one as our sneaky shootout of the week because
Yep.
it's not a distrust of Baltimore's defense. I just like, they've got a couple of elite players and then a bunch of dudes that I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Agreed.
So we're not like, it's not like a Green Bay Denver where it's like, where's the hole?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think, yeah, it makes sense. Cleveland can score some points. I know they struggled against Cincy's defense, but maybe Cincy's defense isn't like the thing we saw last year to the same extent. So,
We don't know.
there's
We're
always
guessing.
more regression to the mean
Yeah.
with defenses.
We're just guessing right now because we don't have enough data to know either way. But
yeah,
he seemed like a focal point of the offense. So
in there, and then on the other side, Zay Flowers just looked like he was playing on a different field than like half of the Buffalo secondary or all of the Buffalo secondary in the first half. Like he just, and you forget he's elite because he's kind of littler and he's not getting as much target share as some of the other guys. But when he gets the ball in his hand, he's a different beast.
yeah, it's he's electric, and I don't know that they're just going to run the ball in that game either. But that could, that's the risk you run. Like it could be a game where they give Henry the ball 32 times and they call it a day.
And there's a reason he's 6,300 right now. But we're just banking on talent at this point.
That little glob of like 5,800 to like 63. I scrolled through it a bunch of times this week, and I'm like, I don't really feel strong about any of these guys.
Yeah, I can tell myself a narrative that lines everything up, and that's all we're doing, really, more or less, until we start to see trends, or if someone looks cooked, or if someone looks like, oh, they're back. In that case, like that's why we're bouncing back on McCaffrey. And then to round out the rest of the roster, we've got Dallas's defense against the Giants. To the point earlier in the show, like I just think the Giants are cooked on offense until Andrew Thomas comes back. But
is he coming back? Is he playing?
Not this week, I don't think. Okay. So it's they're a few weeks away. But I don't trust Dallas's defense either. But maybe Russ throws a pick or two, or and he holds on to the ball forever. So there's the the sacks and the strips too.
Yeah, no, if they're playing Russ and they're sticking with Russ, then we got to play the defense that just kind of looked a little spunky last week, spunkier than people expected it to.
Yeah, they're hearing the noise in Dallas. I like this team.
Yeah, they're like, everybody wrote them off, but they're kind of like sneaky. It's the Undertaker out of the crypt gift.
Jerry's he's waiting for another like release of a new Netflix series.
They're going to go 8-9 and he's going to claim it was a success. And it's perfect. But hey, you stay out of the attention of the bottom of the NFL, and it's kind of a nice place to be.
Yeah.
So
I'm into it.
Plus it's cheap. We always do cheap defenses.
The other one that, we think it's not really sneaky going off, but Buffalo Jets. Obviously the Jets went off last week. Both sides did. Buffalo, we saw that too. So I think it's two offenses that have proven they can score. I think some of it with the Jets, like they are playing to field strengths. They, it was the right game plan for him last week, and he executed. Looked really good. So I think Buffalo is going to need to score some points. and you could take a shot at Keon Coleman at 5,300, but
Kind of
Shakir,
depends. Yeah. Do you want to play Coleman and somebody above Flowers, or
right?
do you want to play Shakir and Flowers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think Shakir is gonna, he's gonna get eight targets at least, and does he get one down around the the goal line, or do they run some sort of screen for him inside the red zone that he sneaks in right after the
Bills receivers, you're just throwing a dart and hoping you get the right one every week because he spreads it around. So you just hope you catch it. And I don't know if Cook's playing or not. His hamstring was jammed up.
Yeah, a couple more targets his way potentially.
Yep. So if he doesn't play, this pick becomes even spicier. If Cook plays, then he's just like a 5,900 dart, and you hope he gets in the end zone. He also could break one. He's that guy. This is a
So
great
other
lineup.
than the shrimp, any other gripes of the week?
No, I didn't actually have. I'm glad that we arrived at that. My only other minor gripe is one that's it's a sub gripe. It's a sub driving gripe.
Okay.
I cannot stand people who come to nearly a complete stop before taking a right turn.
Yes.
Coast into the turn. Do not come to a stop and then go right. Like coast into it a little bit. You don't got to go in Dukes a hazard, but I need to see a little bit more action than coming. If I see brake lights for more than a second consecutively on somebody taking a right turn, you fucked up.
Same with the yield coming off the
on ramps,
coming off the off ramp.
Jesus, man.
Blind off ramp. Yeah, it's
on ramps exist to get up to speed, not to stop there. It's outrageous, dude. Like I'm gonna have so many gripes, and most of them are gonna be something to do with how people behave in public.
I can't wait to see the parallels when we do the recordings between Costanza and Larry Davis. Right?
I got a lot of problems with you people. Get the pole out of the
golf in 30 years.
I'm only going to get grumpier, which is scary, but very true. So let's lean in
for episode 5,000.
We're just you and me shaking our fists, and I'm yelling about something innocuous. Yeah, that's coming. Lock in.
Well done. This is the winning lineup this week. AB's pick of the week. He said build it around McCaffrey, and we did.
Loves his thighs. Big fan of his thighs, and so we said we're going to get him for you.
And go check out the Pitch Putt Puff podcast with our buddy Raj. We were guest stars.
Yep.
Co-hosts, whatever. We tried to, steal his show for a little bit, but go check that out. And thanks for listening. And we will see you next week.
Love it. Good work.